good with y'all, man? I'm back at the park. Now look, this video is gonna be pretty quick because I'm talking about synchronicities, right? I made my last video, I was talking about synchronicities. If you don't know what a synchronicity is, what I used to tell people is that it's a sign. It's a sign from your higher self. You might see repeated numbers. You might think about something and then it appears. You know, just something like that. Just this, like, coincidences is kind of the worldly definition of them. It's the logical explanation, which a coincidence is literally like an anomaly. Like, oh, it happened by chance. Now, I used to think that synchronicities was a sign from God, from our higher selves, from a higher power, from the universe, that I'm on the right track, that you know, I'm doing my purpose, I'm doing what's right. Now I have a new theory. It's still somewhat like this, but this is just something that I was thinking about today, because I was looking at the Fibonacci sequence. This is something that, I don't know, I just came upon. And if you don't know what the Fibonacci sequence is, it's a sequence found in nature a lot, in the universe a lot, in galaxies. It's a spiral. Look up Fibonacci sequence, you'll see spirals that are found all throughout the universe, all throughout nature, right? First of all, this is proof. A lot of people think we're here by chance, we're here random, we're an anomaly, which isn't true. I don't believe that. I think we have a deeper meaning, right? What's the fun in us just coming here to die? Now, the reason I'm saying this is because it got me thinking about sequences, about synchronicities, about all these different things in the universe, these signs, right? You got to understand that we're a part of nature, right? We grew up here. We were born here. We're in these bodies that are around nature, right? We're just like animals in a way, right? Not completely, but we're like demigods. We're in a body, but we're also like God in the same way. But anyway, I'm saying this because I was thinking about synchronicities. And in nature, there's a bunch of patterns. Now, a pattern is a pattern because it keeps going, right? That is a pattern. Same as a sequence. A sequence is always true. It's a sequence. A pattern can't be a pattern. A sequence can't be a sequence if it just starts and stops. And there's only like one number in or whatever. You know what I mean? It has to keep going, and so it represents growth. Especially in nature, you look at a tree, it's a sequence or a spiral. It's a spiral because it keeps going. It's growth. The more the pattern goes on, the more that it grows. So I was thinking about sequences and synchronicities that you see in life, right? There's clearly an algorithm at play here. There's clearly some sort of higher power, right? If you're on the spiritual awakening, then you've noticed that. And I couldn't help but think, how come on the spiritual awakening, this is what sparked the thought, because I was looking at my video, how come on a spiritual awakening people see synchronicity? What is it? Is it really a sign? What is it? Because we're clearly a part of nature, right? We're one with nature. There's a big theme that you need to connect with nature. There's also a big theme in religions that you need to surrender yourself. Just let things happen. You think that trees or nature forces anything? Bro, they come here, they grow, and they let things happen. That's all they do. You know what I mean? In the same way as you're on like the spiritual journey, right? Look at Jesus, for example. He could have easily shown he was God, struck everybody, yada yada, but he surrendered himself to his purpose. That's what he did. He knew his purpose and he surrendered himself to it. He had control. Now, the reason I think that you see synchronicities or numerology, numbers, you see 333. I see 33 all the time. You see 22, 222, 111, whatever it is, whatever sign it is that you're just noticing more prominently in your life. It's a sign that you're growing. Really think about it. Really think about it. In the same way as a tree, right, surrenders itself. When you're on the spiritual journey, you're surrendering yourself. You're not here to do drugs, to party, to waste away your life, to judge others, to work a 9-to-5 that you hate. You're not here to hate life. You're here to grow, to evolve. You have to understand, once you're on the path that is growing, that is evolving, you will see the patterns that you were naturally on. And there has been patterns, there has been a sequence, there has been an algorithm in place for millions and since the beginning of time, since the beginning of the universe. There has been a sequence that we're a part of. And who am I to say that I know better than whatever higher power put me here? You know what I mean? Ignorance is bliss. I'm not going to force anything. That's like me manifesting to the world that I'm smarter than the universe. Whenever you try to force something, that's you saying that you know best. You know better than the person who put you here and created everything around you. Who are you to say that? You know what I mean? And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you surrender yourself, right? I'm going to make a video about surrendering. Most of the time when you're on the spiritual journey, you have surrendered your will. You know what I mean? You stopped doing drugs. You stopped smoking, you stop doing all this stuff, you gain a power over your mind, over your thoughts. You're not a slave. And so you're growing, so you're evolving. So you will see this pattern more frequently because you're growing. Before you were stuck. You were stuck. You weren't seeing patterns. You weren't seeing synchronicities because what was there to see? You weren't growing. A pattern can only go if it keeps going. What is a pattern if it's 1, 2? Oh, what's the pattern? There is no pattern. You have to keep going in order to see the pattern. And so I don't know, man. This is just, it's a theory. Don't take it as gospel. It's just something that hit me. Nature, math, the Fibonacci sequence, look it up. There are algorithms in place all around us. Look at Tesla, look at Einstein, the smartest people to ever walk the earth, like who were logical minds. Or not logical minds, but like mathematicians and physicists and all this different stuff. Because, yeah, Tesla was definitely not a logical mind, neither was Einstein. But these people who had earthly knowledge, right, about physics, quantum physics, yada yada, they believed in God. And they knew that there was a sequence or an algorithm at play here. Like I said, man, we're so imperfect that there has to be a perfect algorithm at play. It's the duality of Earth, duality of the universe. So all I'm saying is, man, once you surrender yourself, you realize that there is growth in that, right? That you were put here for a purpose and that purpose will happen, that you should not force anything, right? Obviously, you have to work. A lot of people say, yo, I've been doing my manifestations, but I haven't been doing any work. I just discovered this quote. Affirmation with no action or something of that matter is self-delusion, right? Affirmation with no application. There you go. Affirmation with no application is self-delusion. My boy Alicia Long said that. Affirmation with no application. You need to apply yourself. The universe will present opportunities. God will present opportunities, but it's up to you. You have to make the decision. It's all about action. That's what is manifested toward the universe, toward God. That's where you pick a side. So it will present the option to you if you truly want it, but you got to make the choice. It's up to you at the end of the day, right? I don't really believe in destiny or any of that, but I do believe that there's a purpose and that you can either fulfill it or you can't. It's that simple. You're either on the right path or you're not. I think there is a purpose that you have, and when you're on it, you know you're on it. And I think most of us know that we're on it. It's Ras Phantom, and I'll check y'all.